As India was celebrating 72nd Republic Day, the capital city saw an internet shutdown. On January 26, the government ordered suspension of internet services in part of Delhi NCR as the tractor parade by protesting farmers turned violent. An order issued by Ministry of Home Affairs said that the decision was taken in exercise of the power conferred by Section 7 of the Indian Telegraph Act 1885. The internet was off from afternoon till midnight. In 2020, India restricted internet access over 75 times, which is more than any other country in the world. India also suffered the biggest economic impact globally in 2020 due to internet shutdown, bearing economic impact of $2.8 billion and more than 800 hours lost, which affected 10.3 million users in total. In 2019 as well, India topped the world in the number of internet shutdowns. In 2019, internet services were shut in India as many as 93 times, and in 2018, 134 times. So why does India shut down internet in event of any clash? In recent events and in the past, officials have said that it is important to shut down the internet to keep the peace. As per the notice issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs, the suspension of internet services was necessary on January 26th in the interest of maintaining public safety and averting public emergencies. Authorities also say that they try to stop the spread of hateful and dangerous information which can move faster via WhatsApp and Facebook with about 500 million Indian online. The internet is censored in the major scenarios as per this report, which broadly includes public violence, protests, religious conflict and misinformation. According to Jan Rinzak, a research analyst at Ranking Digital Rights, one of the reasons why India has so many shutdowns is that the institutional framework enables them. But the bigger question here is, can the government shut down the internet whenever they feel like? Well, yes. According to Indian Telegraph Act 1885, the central government has the regulatory power over the internet. This is the same act which gave British colonial officials authority over controlling telegraph lines in India. This is the basis for Indian government to implement a temporary suspension of telecom services rules in 2017 that further created the way officials could issue orders to shut the internet down. Hence, local officials have the legal authority to ask individual telecom companies to shut down their services. So where does the problem lie? Indian government has been accused of not being transparent while issuing such orders. Though the top state and national officials are authorized to send out the orders to kill the internet services, it is often the local authorities who end up doing this. The problem also lies in the way fake news circulates in this country. In 2017, more than 30 people lost their lives due to the fake news being circulated through WhatsApp. In 2018, 8 people were killed due to a rumor spread via social media that they were child kidnappers. Authorities also say that certain provocative messages or images often mobilize and incite crowds. But does the internet shutdown help? While the government justifies shutdown as necessary to maintain public order and prevent violence, according to Radzak research, internet shutdown does not help in reducing the levels of protest. In fact, the research says that the blackout makes the situation worse. Without platforms like Facebook and WhatsApp to organize peaceful protest, people tend to turn to a spontaneous response, which is violence. Radzak says that there's very little information about something like WhatsApp contributes to violence and how it contributes to disinformation. There's a lot of assumption and not a single study. Moreover, Indian government has never given any evidence whatsoever to help understand that internet shutdown does help to curb violent protests. If anything, it is counterproductive. In order to curb fake news, the internet shutdowns also stop the verified news to reach the audience. This video will be incomplete without mentioning Jammu and Kashmir, where 4G has been suspended multiple times, and this has been happening since the past few years. India is now called the internet a shutdown nation amongst the world's democratic countries. Various UN human rights experts have said that internet shutdown is a form of collective punishment. India being a democratic country, the internet accessibility is a part of the fundamental rights of the citizen. The Supreme Court of India has also criticized the central government for seizing the internet in Jammu and Kashmir, calling it unlawful and a violation of constitutional and fundamental rights.